Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU, and by Lewis Bakeries, bakers of Bunny, Sunbeam, and Healthy Life Breads. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Lady Raiders, Dick Palmer.
Welcome into the Boulevard tonight as we have a couple of hours of Blue Raider basketball conversation, and our first hour is here with Coach Rick Insell. Chip Walters, you're sitting in for Dick Palmer, who is not with us in person tonight, but he is with us by Zoom, and we'll be hearing from him as our program goes along. And Coach Insell, it's always good to get on here after a week with wins.
Oh, absolutely. This is the first, too, with me and you.
I know it is.
17 years.
That's right. I gave Kim the lucky scouting report the other day.
That's good. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. We don't care who gets credit as long as we get the win.
That's right. It goes in the left-hand column. So, Mr. Palmer, you are with us out there. Tell us how you're doing.
Well, I'm doing just fine, and I'm glad to be along for the ride tonight.
All right. Well, good deal. We've got Dick Palmer there, as you heard. So, again, we want to remind folks here in the building, if you want to get us questions, there are question cards. If you want to drop us an email, radio@goblueraiders.com is the address. We will have a couple of player guests coming up a bit later. They include Skye Payne and Jada Granham, two very interesting young ladies. They'll be here with us. But we'll kick things off tonight, and really with a one-game week, Coach, it's kind of interesting because the pace now picks up, but it's in the way that the conference is, the schedule is, you're going to have two of those one-game weeks, and they'll fall last week and next week.
Right. Well, we need it. I mean, we've been on the road so much, I didn't know how to get home the other night, to be honest with you. I had to call Deb.
To be honest with me? Okay.
But, it's been tough. It's been tough on our players. It's been tough on our staff. And it's just been really, really tough to be on the road as competitive as our league is. And that's men and women. And I think the men now are going to have to go through that on the back end.
Yep, they've got three coming up on the road. And then I guess if there's a silver lining in having those earlier games postponed for them is that you end up with more home games on the backside.
You do, and like we had to take our young ladies to El Paso, come right back. Then we got to go to Miami, and 2 games both places, and it was kind of tough on them. And we're so young too. I mean, you look at we've got 8 freshmen, and they're just not used to having to get into those scouting reports like we. The really positive thing was we were not in class at that point.
Yeah.
And we could just really delve into practice and our scouting reports, and we really did a lot of things to get them ready for those games.
Well, we have a great crowd here tonight, a full house again at the Boulevard Bar and Grill just across from the MTSU campus. It's the best sports bar and grill in town. Stop by today. And our opening segment here is always brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, covering daily news from Murfreesboro. Pick one up around town every Monday or log on to murfreesboropost.com anytime. The number one headline out of this past week, getting a road win, 81-71 at Southern Mississippi. The Blue Raiders were without starting guard Jalen Gregory and assistant coach Matt Insell for that one. Back and forth game. Middle went on a 20-2 run sparked by Courtney Woodson in the fourth quarter to seal the win. She scored 15 of her 26 in the fourth quarter and just absolutely was not going to let you lose.
I don't know that I've had 1 or 2 times in my coaching career that someone has just absolutely taken over in the huddle. You look at an Alicia Clark would be one of those type players. Courtney Woodson was that the other night. I mean, I didn't even get to speak half the time in the huddles because she was taking over, and what she was saying was exactly what I wanted to say. But I'm telling you, she not only said it in the huddle, but she went out on the floor and she did it. I mean, double that game, scored 15 points in the fourth quarter. That whole thing, Chip, was, I'm telling you, Kim had the scout. We found out Friday morning, about 2 in the morning, that Kim couldn't go. So Nina, all the way down for 6 hours, 6.5 hours, was on the phone with Kim working on the scout. Well, then Kim was tested again, a negative and a negative and a negative, and finally they said, well, Saturday morning, if you're negative, then, you're free. Well, Chris told her, and I told her, hey, there's not really any need of you coming down. You might as well have been talking to my wife, okay? Because as soon as she got a negative at 6:30 in the morning, she was on a plane, flew to New Orleans, and drove to Hattiesburg. And I don't know if we'd won the game without her. And then Matt, you got Matt at home, and he's on the phone with Nina, on the phone with me, on the phone with the players, and then you can imagine how he felt not being there, and it was just like a raging bull inside his house. I'd hate to have been one of his kids at that point, even though they're little. I'd hate to have been one of them. But he was ecstatic after the game back in Murfreesboro, because he knew how big that game was. I mean, we lost to UTEP by 1. We lost to Florida International by 1. 2 games we should have won. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of put us behind that 8 ball as far as the conference is concerned. And so that was a big, big game for us to get back home and play some teams at home. Yeah,
and on our side, we had Tony Stennett from media was not there.
Dick was not there.
He was not there. Dwayne Hickey jumped in and did a great job as always. And as crazy as this has been over the last few weeks, you just try to be as safe as you can and jump in and help where you have to.
I will say this. I did save a lot of money because Dick and Tony were not there. And you can read into that whatever you want to read into it.
Mr. Palmer, are you taking a nap, or are you rolling your eyes at that over there? So.
No, I'm soaking in every word, and there will be repercussions.
So, Mr. Palmer, you've been on a lot of those road trips to places like Hattiesburg, and you were able to watch that one. Kind of give me your impressions of how Courtney Woodson put the team on her back during that fourth quarter.
It was interesting. I was watching the ESPN Plus telecast and listening to the Dwayne's broadcast, and they were synced just perfectly. I don't know how that happened, but they were.
It was an accident.
And I was able to see the game from a different perspective, because Chip, when you're calling the game, you've got to follow the basketball.
Hey, Dick, can I interrupt you a minute?
Yes.
Did Dwayne tell the score?
He did a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you're doing a radio broadcast, you have to watch the game, watch the basketball, and sometimes you miss some aspects of the game. That's why it's good to have a color commentator alongside. But anyway, I was able to watch the whole floor and see the flow of the game, and particularly watching our defensive play, and it was really a good lesson to me in how to take in the whole instead of just figuring on zooming in on the basketball itself. So it was a little bit of a different experience for me, but I did not enjoy missing the game. I did enjoy seeing it and watching it from that perspective.
Well, good deal. So the Raiders do win it 81-71. We'll take our first break of the night, and we will kind of dive into it a little bit deeper with Coach Rick Insell as you listen to Rick Insell live tonight from the Boulevard, right here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for like fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey, Blue Raiders, thinking about buying a second home along the coast? I've got you covered. From Gulf Shores to Apalachicola, or maybe a condo cabin in the Smokies, I've got that covered too. Buying, selling, or auction here in Middle Tennessee? Not a problem either. Call on me, Richard Lewis, for all of your real estate dreams. Oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for any of your referrals. Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates, 615-896-5656.
Luxuriously designed, exquisitely detailed, first in its class, corner to corner, a true work of art, capable of going from $0 to $300,000 in a few seconds flat. Are we talking about a sports car? Oh no, we're talking about Jumbo Bucks Premium Edition instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. So test drive the new gold standard and instant tickets today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Insell live tonight from the Boulevard. Chip Walters sitting in for Dick Palmer, but Mr. Palmer joining us remotely tonight. Tonight's show brought to you in part by the Lee Company. Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town. For your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs, Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000 or online at leecompany.com. And, Coach, I want to kind of dive deeper in the second half hour, but we talked about in the first segment folks who were not at the game, but there was an addition to the Insell roster over the weekend. So tell us about it.
Well, Kyle is probably as big a Blue Raider fan as you can get. Football, men's basketball, women's basketball. He knows it all. And he threatened me all the way several times about, hey, you better not lose this game. You better not lose this game. So we're right in the middle of the game. They had a grandbaby, my granddaughter, like at 4:30 in the morning, Friday morning. And so
about the time you were getting on the bus, right?
Yeah, about the time I was getting on the bus. And then they brought her home Saturday afternoon around 2 o'clock.
Wow.
So now imagine this. Kyle's driving home, and Megan's in the back seat with my grandbaby, and we're going back and forth, and Kyle's driving. And Tommy Campbell can tell you, they sit over around Kyle. He's not low-key at all. So, so the grandbaby got a dose of it right off the bat on the way from Franklin back to Shelbyville. So, but Leighton Blue, God, she's special. All of my kids are special, but she's very special. And now little Parsons has got a little sister to run with, and so I think they're through.
But the important thing is she, Megan, and Kyle, and Granddaddy and Grandmama all in good shape right now.
All right now, and of course Deb went over there and spent the night with them, and when I got back home, I was too tired to eat. All I did was lay down. But I was up 6 o'clock Sunday morning. I was over there. Deb and them were mad because I got up and got over there. I want to see my grandbaby.
Exactly. So a new addition, and we welcome her to the fold. And it won't be long before we see her probably out here one night.
No ifs, ands, buts about it. She'll be at the games.
So, all right, let's talk about this game at Hattiesburg. 6-hour drive down there, and they are always physical, always tough. Joy Lee, is as competitive as anybody in the league, and you knew you were going to have your hands full, and especially in their building.
They probably have beaten us as much and more than anybody since I've been at Middle Tennessee. I'd only won one time at Southern Miss, and I've taken some great teams down there. You know, Ebony Rowe. I took Alicia Clark. I think her bunch might have went down there, and we've got beat. And so I knew going down there it was going to be tough. But the bottom line, they kind of been like us, Chip, in the fact that they were not all healthy. They had some kids out. They've lost a couple of games because they had some players out because of COVID. And they were all there on Saturday. And so Kim knew, and Nina knew, and Matt knew that we were in for a tough game. And then we have to go down without one of ours. And Jalen's played a key role in our whole season this year, and we're having to shuffle people around. And we started Cab and Courtney Blakely, as we call her Cab, and started her at the point and moved Dora to the off guard. So there was a lot of adjustments all the way through. Yeah,
you trailed it at the end of the first quarter, 23-17, outscored them by 4, so you cut it to 2 at the half, and then in the third,
got a bad call right there at the half. Alexis Whittington goes in and lays it against the glass and jumps sideways. The girl fakes a block or a charge, and if they get the charge, they waive the points off. So we got to go in half now and 2. Plus, it put the third foul on Lex, which is our best defensive player.
Third quarter was 18-15. Southern Miss pushed it back out to about 5 as you headed to the fourth quarter. And how did you feel about your group right then?
We felt real good coming into the huddle, and we knew that we were in the game, but we also knew we had to hit some shots. And then really what set the whole thing apart, we got the ball into Blakely's hands. She broke them down and was able to knock down. She was able to hit Lex for a 3, Courtney for a 3. I think Ksenia may have got a 3. Dora hit a big-time 3 when we needed it, and then we're running. When we go to hitting those 3s, it's bad business then. And then, it makes it tough, and then the goal will begin to shrink on the other end. Next thing you know, you look up, there's 2 minutes to go in the game, we're up 10. At that point, I thought we were in pretty good shape because we were only going to put it in Dora's hands or Courtney's hands or Alexis' hands to shoot free throws, and that's how we ended the game.
Yep, and you ended up – we talked about Courtney Woodson effort, and we'll talk about it more, but 26 points on the night. She had 3 threes. She had 11 rebounds, so a big double-double from the young lady from Kingsport. Ksenia Malashka had 19 and also and she had a total of 3 rebounds. Your other double-figure scorer was Anastasia Boldreva with 14 points and 9 each for Dorsar and Alexis Whittington. So you got pretty decent balance in there, but your stars on the day rose to the top. And
Anastasia's growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a freshman. She's 18 years old. She's from Russia. You can only imagine, how she feels right now. And then, but I'm telling you, she had a great game. Offensively and defensively, she blocked 2 shots down the stretch. It was big time. And then came in today, I thought she had her best practice that she's had since she's been here was today. I'm really jacked up about tomorrow's practice, to be honest with you. I want to see if she can carry that over into tomorrow's practice.
I tell you, for a freshman, she really runs the floor well.
Did you see her on the fast break? She deflected the ball, run it down, took 2 gigantic steps and 2.5 dribbles and laid it against the glass. I think it shocked everybody in the gym. And you might want to ask, did it shock me? Yes, it did.
Mr. Palmer, what do you have to add on the game at Southern Miss?
Well, we started off, and as Coach said, he started a different combination due to the illness. But we had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. I think we finished the game with 15 or 16, which meant we cut those down considerably. I was going to ask Rick if he thought maybe the new combination had something to do with that. They were just getting accustomed to playing with each other out there, or what caused that?
Well, I think more than anything that's probably it. But also they pressed. They're changing their presses, and we got to rushing it. We did some things that we usually don't do, but of course, again, you got a different combination there. But I think at halftime we finished with 12 turnovers, I believe, at half. And then the rest of the game, I think it was 3 turnovers, 3 or 4 the rest of the game. So that played a big part in it, Dick. And, hey, I'll let you know, we surely missed you. We big time missed you.
The one other note, you were able, I think you ended up forcing 19 turnovers and got 20 points off of those 19 turnovers. And when you ended up shooting, I think, 57% for the game. That helps. I tell you, easy baskets sure make shooting percentage go up, don't they?
I would like to shoot that the rest of the year, to be honest with you. I'd even give a team 10-point spread right off the bat if we could shoot 57%.
Well, the Lady Raiders win it by 10 on the road. They will now head home for 3 straight. It will be Marshall on Thursday, Western Kentucky on Saturday, and a week from Saturday, UAB will roll into town. We'll talk about those games with Coach in our second half hour. Our player guests will be coming up in our next couple of segments, so stick here with us for Rick Insell Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's sports leader. No one covers high school sports like the Post. Now you can receive the Murfreesboro Post delivered by mail each week to your home for only $20 a year. Sign up at murfreesboropost.com and click subscribe, and we will get your delivery of the Murfreesboro Post started. That's murfreesboropost.com for delivery of the Murfreesboro Post.
Make a fast break for Bunny Bread, proud supporter of the Blue Raiders. With its soft, fresh taste you know and love, Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns are fan favorites for all ages. Bunny is the perfect three-pointer with the taste you want, the nutrition you need, and energy to go. So score big with Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns today and cheer the Blue Raiders on to victory.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight for Rick Insell Live. Coming up at the top of the hour, Nick McDevitt Live. Glad to have you all with us. Chip Walter sitting in for Dick Palmer, and the old pro is joining us by way of Zoom tonight from his palatial estate here in the borough. And glad to welcome in our first of 2 player guests tonight, Jada Granham, 6'3", sophomore. Give her a nice round of applause and welcome her in. Jada.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, good to see you. Jada is our Canadian on the team.
Yes.
you're from what town in Ontario?
Mississauga, Ontario.
Mississauga, which is right outside of Toronto.
Yes, about 20 minutes.
And tell people. Well, first of all, let's talk about your family a little bit, because you're a coach's daughter.
Yes.
So tell me the pros and cons of being a coach's daughter.
We have very similar personalities. So I love my dad to death, and I think that's why I'm here today. He's shown me everything that he knows. So we get to work every time I go home. We get in the gym, and we get working. So I love that. But also I think sometimes we clash.
Do you?
But yeah, I mean, it makes me better for sure.
I'm not surprised. I mean, because most good players, if their dads are excellent coaches like that, you are going to.
Yes.
I mean, it just shows you're having your own ideas, things like that. So you bounce them off him, and either.
For sure.
Yeah.
We have long conversations.
Now you're not the only basketball playing child of your dad. So tell folks about your brothers.
My brother Xavier Mays, he played at Florida State. And my other brother, Jada Granham, he played back in Canada at Ryerson University.
Yep. Now, one thing we're seeing more and more of in both men and women, we're seeing U.S. teams going into Canada in August for those like 3 or 4 games in a week kind of thing. Tell me about the quality of women's basketball in Canada, and because I think it's come miles from where it was.
Yeah, it's on the rise every day. From where I was as a little girl, I mean, there was only a few handful of girls able to come to the NCAA. But today, I'm one of almost 200 girls playing now at the D1, or honestly more than that at all D level. So it's great to see. I'm able to go back home and see all of my old teammates playing and getting them to big schools. And honestly, it's great to see.
Yeah, so it is good to see, because it's such an international game as we're seeing. But talk about the transition from high school to Division I college basketball. What is the biggest difference been? I always hear speed of the game.
A lot faster, a lot, especially as a big. I feel. In high school, I was pretty much the biggest one. I mean, we had a couple of girls on my team, but we were known as a big team. So playing against people that were smaller than me, for sure, when I got here, it was a lot difficult to see girls that were my size, and a lot of them very athletic. And, it was a difficult transition.
Yep. Mr. Palmer, what do you have for Jada?
Well, I know Jada has been coming off the bench and trying to improve her game, and just want to ask her, how does she feel she's coming along as far as her skill sets and everything are concerned?
I feel like I look completely different. I think in high school I was never really much of that scorer that dropped 20 a game type of player. I feel like my mindset is changing, trying to change anyways. My post coach works with me a lot about that, looking to score and trying to change that mindset in me. So I feel like I'm definitely getting better in that aspect, and also raising up my defensive side.
You've played in 16 games. You're averaging about 6.5 minutes a game right now, but you're continuing to build on those minutes. And being, I would think that being a coach's daughter again, we're kind of going back to that you understand that more minutes come when the trust is built between you and the coaches. When they trust what you're going to do, you gain that, earn that, and then that turns into more playing time on the floor.
100%. I think consistency is a big thing, and trying to get that in the practice setting and being able to put out there what they want me to do every day.
You were key in the Illinois game down in Florida. Talk about your because defense and rebounding is all about work, and it travels well. You hear that. So do you feel like, is that where you feel like you can make your mark initially and then let the offense come to you as time goes along?
I think so. I think that's kind of always been how I felt. For sure in that game, my mindset was to really get that big girl out of her space and make her uncomfortable, taking charges and getting in her face type that type of stuff and really making her work, and I did that by working. And,
Yep. So what does this team need to improve on the most between now and the conference tournament to get where you want to be? And that's, of course, in the NCAA tournament.
I think we're young and we got things to learn. So I think really just coming together and bouncing ideas off each other and using each other's skills to keep building.
All right. That sounds good to me. Jada Granham, ladies and gentlemen, give her a nice round of applause. We're going to see more and more of her, the pride of Mississauga, Ontario.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a timeout. More on Rick Insell Live after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
The way we do work has changed. Where we work, how we work, and the day-to-day challenges we face as businesses have evolved. As organizations continue to adapt, RJ Young is here to help. We're your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Whether it's office technology and equipment, managed IT services, business process outsourcing, or digital communications, we can help make your workflows easier, faster, and more efficient so your team can focus on the core of your business. To learn more about what RJ Young can do for you, visit themodernoffice.com.
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
Luxuriously designed, exquisitely detailed, first in its class, corner to corner, a true work of art, capable of going from $0 to $300,000 in a few seconds flat. Are we talking about a sports car? Oh no, we're talking about Jumbo Bucks Premium Edition instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. So test drive the new gold standard and instant tickets today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinnerbait that ironically matches your second dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's dew.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back to the Boulevard tonight. Rick Insell Live, and our program tonight comes to you from the Boulevard. And want to remind you, at Tri-Green Equipment, they know the value of teamwork. They have the tractor packages with implements you need. Score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable low monthly payment and get back to what really matters. Lady Raider basketball. Get started online at trygreen.com. Tri-Green Equipment, proud partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Want to welcome in Skye Payne tonight. She is a 6-foot freshman from Trussville, Alabama. Welcome in.
Glad to be here.
So give us the Alabama map. Trussville is
about 30 minutes from Birmingham.
About 30 south?
Yeah, south.
South, kind of near, not quite to the Big Peach, but close down there, right?
Yep, yes, sir.
All right, was it Hewitt-Trussville? Is that where you went?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Hewitt-Trussville High School. Skye is the first girls basketball player at Hewitt-Trussville to be named to the Alabama Sports Writers Super All-State team, which carries the distinction of being named one of the best 5 players in the state, regardless of classification or regardless of position. She received that honor twice. That's pretty impressive. Talk a little bit about your high school career and the program that you guys had at Hewitt-Trussville.
So I started my high school career at Clay. Clay's about 5 minutes from Trussville. They're rivals, so they're in competition a lot. So coming into my 9th grade year, my head coach, Coach Turner, kind of met me at the gym, and she kind of saw what I could do. And Hewitt-Trussville has been a better program historically wise. So I moved literally 5 minutes down the street and went to Hewitt-Trussville. And at that program, they don't just value you as a player, but they value you as a person too, and that's very important to me.
Yep. As a senior, she averaged 24.1 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and almost 2.5 assists, an ESPN top 100 recruit and the Alabama 7A Player of the Year there at Hewitt-Trussville. What lit your fire about playing basketball?
Definitely my dad. I've been playing this sport for as long as I can remember, and that's how I bonded with him. So my dad's definitely my main motivator.
We just talked to Jada and talked about how she was kind of competitive with her dad, who was a coach. Did you and your dad have some knockdown dragouts in the driveway?
Yes. He was my AAU coach up until 7th grade when we had to break apart because it just wasn't going too well. Okay. But even till this day, we still play one-on-one. I just beat him now.
In those days you didn't, but he used his size. What about the rest of your family? Tell us about them.
My mom, she's not really into sports. She's more into music and art, and so was my brother. And so her interest kind of rubbed off on my brother. He's trying to be an aspiring artist and actor, and that's going pretty well for him because he's done a few little movies and had little scenes in other movies. So.
Okay, so we might catch him on. Has he been on Netflix yet?
Yeah, he's been on Netflix.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he's had like a little guest role. Don't ask me what show because I forgot, but he has been on Netflix.
Okay, you go through and you're having a really nice high school career, and again, winning the 7A Player of the Year. Talk about the recruiting process and what got Middle on your radar, and obviously I think it's pretty obvious what got you on Middle's radar.
So Coach Matt Insell, he's recruited me since I've been in 8th grade, even though it was at a different school. So having his interest in me all those years kind of showed that he really wanted me and valued me.
Yeah.
So that was the main reason why I came here.
And then when you came on a visit, what did you find?
On the visit, I came during COVID, so on my visit it wasn't really.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it could have been anywhere. So now hopefully we're everybody's hoping we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel of all that we've kind of gone through here lately. But you got injured early in the year, had a shoulder injury. For somebody who is used to playing as much as you've played, how is your patience when it comes to being a good patient and a good person to rehab?
I mean, I'm ready to get back. I even tried working out today, even though I'm not supposed to. I'm ready to get back in action.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Mr. Palmer, what have you got for Skye tonight?
Well, I just wanted to say that the injury was kind of a freak injury. She had just checked into the game, had been out there maybe 15, 20 seconds, and was doing something exactly as she was coached to do it. And it was just a freak injury that occurred. And it was, it's almost like a permanent case of COVID. You can't.
Well, he froze up there on us for just a second, but yeah, that injury, and to be able to take it day to day, you've got a great sports medicine team around you, and they're working you hard every day to get you back as quickly as possible. What are they saying the prognosis is?
So I tore my labrum front and back, and I had a slap tear, so I tore part of my bicep.
So you had to have surgery, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to have surgery.
And so we'll be you're going to be rehabbing, and hopefully we'll get to see you next year at full strength, back going at it. So now that you've been watching from a different position, and And like you said, your dad was an AAU coach. Talked about Jada's dad being a coach. Are you kind of seeing the game from a different perspective now? Because, again, a college team most of the time is a collection of the best players on a bunch of different teams. And then you come in, you compete, and now you're seeing this team. What's the ceiling on this group? How good can this group be as they continue to work this year?
Seeing this group has completely changed my mindset, and seeing how this group works together and feeds off each other's energy and wants everybody to succeed, the ceiling for this group can be really high.
Yeah, and we see, sparks of things like, Courtney's fourth quarter performance, and other people have done the same thing. Dora's doing it, and everybody's doing their part. It's all starting to come together. Big week coming up this week with Marshall coming in on Thursday, and then Western Kentucky on Saturday. Has anybody told you about the Western Kentucky rivalry yet?
Yes.
They have.
I have an old AAU teammate who goes there, so we're kind of been bouncing back and forth. So
Okay.
We got to pull out a win.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right. Skye, thanks so much for coming out tonight, and want to wish you all the best of luck in rehab. Can't wait to see you back on the floor again.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Give her a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's Skye Payne. She is our guest here. We will take a timeout. Coach Rick Insell rejoins me after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years straight. Built for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't built for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Hi, this is Coach Nick McDevitt. Ascend Federal Credit Union is the proud sponsor and exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Visit Ascend's branch just off campus at 2316 East Main Street or any of their 3 other Murfreesboro locations. You can also keep track of your accounts and deposit checks on the go with Ascend's mobile app. For a complete list of services, ATMs, and locations, visit ascend.org. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA.
Blue Raider fans, Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or in Murphy Center on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com. It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live tonight from the Boulevard. Our show is brought to you in part by TOA, Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, proud to offer official orthopedic coverage to Middle Tennessee athletes. TOA 60-plus specialists are experts in bones, joints, and muscles and have the expertise to get you back in the game. With the convenience of 18 locations and 3 urgent clinics, they've got you covered. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. And, Coach, give us some of your thoughts about these 2 young ladies, Skye Payne and Jada Granham. They are part of an outstanding freshman class you have in.
Well, academic-wise, Jada is recognized as a sophomore, but because of COVID, she got back her freshman year, so she's part of also that freshman group that we've got. And I'm telling you, she's getting better every day. And I know in some cases, maybe even her parents or somebody might think that's coach speak, but I'm telling you right now, I'm with her every day. She's got a positive attitude. She comes every day to work. She's tough. She got hit in the face today. She's already broke her nose once this year. Got hit in the face today, and she just kept moving and going. Lost her focus there for a second and then got it back and just kept going. And Skye, very, very, very talented. That freshman class that we recruited in, and that's because of Matt, Kim, Nina. They did a great job. Skye, you got Blakely, you got Jalen Gregory, you got Gracie Dodgen, and you got Anastasia, the young lady from, I think that is as good a freshman class that I've ever had since I've been here in 17 years. And then you throw on top of that Jada. Skye just got to the point where she was going to get some playing time. I mean, this year we needed her Saturday, to be honest with you. And she got out there 18 seconds. She got hurt in 18 seconds. We put her in. I can't even remember what game it was. And she did exactly what we asked her to do on her defensive play, and it caught her and kind of ripped her labrum, and then that was it. That's just a freak, something that happens. I've had that happen before on one of my guards. I can't even think her name now, but Chelsea tore the same muscle.
Yep.
And but Chelsea was a senior when that happened to her, and Skye's a freshman, so she needs to get it fixed and get it. And then this group they've got coming in behind them is just going to make the program that much tougher. But I'm very proud to be their coach. I'll just tell you right now, they're a good group of young ladies. Their GPA this past semester in the fall was 3.4. Their cumulative was 3.6. So,
yep, very nice. We talked about you've got some international players, and Jada's one of them, being from Canada, but Dorr and the 2 from Eastern Europe. Was that a concentrated effort, or did it just kind of happen organically that these are the players that just ended up on your recruiting radar?
Well, Matt's relationship stretches from California all the way to New York, and he's also got several contacts over in Europe. And he's developed those through travel team basketball, coaching at Kentucky, coaching at Ole Miss, and now we've got him here at Middle Tennessee. Very, very fortunate, because he'll have those contacts. We'll call him about a young lady somewhere in Belarus or Moscow and say, you need to take a look at this young lady. And in that case, Matt brings us all together. And, of course, Kim and Nina's in on all that. Matt running the show. Then the last one they bring in is me. What do you think, Coach? And then I'll look, and then a lot of the times I'll say, nope, not interested. Or I'll say, hey, let's take that a little deeper and see what we got right here. And that's what we did on these young ladies. The recruiting class that they had last year, we pretty much got it quick, got it sold up, got them signed, and then knew that coming in that we were going to be in pretty good shape. Even though we lost, I think, about 70% of our scoring last year, and a lot of people were concerned. But we're averaging more points now than we were then. And we were so I'm real pleased. And what's done that is the recruiting. Now, Dorr, we were able to get her out of the portal. And Matt is in that portal. Him and Kim are in that portal every single morning. They'll come and report to me, say, hey, we need to look at this young lady, or we need to take a look at this one, or this one's leaving Washington, or this one's leaving, Seton Hall or somewhere or another like that. And now we'll look in on film, we'll call the coaches, and then we'll go from there. But that's for, like next year, we're looking at point guards right now.
Yeah, and we're that's the
now,
transfer
let me
portal.
tell you that point guards, we're looking at somebody to back up Blakely because we think she's a star.
Right.
I mean, she gets. I'm telling you right now, she takes a chewing and just keeps on ticking.
Now, as far as the transfer portal is concerned, has it? I mean, because you've been around this game a long, long time, and things were the same in recruiting for a long, long, long time. This has been such a cataclysmic change in the way you go about recruiting. How quickly were you able to wrap it around your own mind and head in that direction?
Well, I'm from the old school. I'm still not liking it.
Right.
Now, and thank God I've got some young coaches in Matt, Kim, and Nina that overrule me on that because they say, hey, we've got to stay in this portal, Dad. We've got to stay there. And, again, I'm from the old school. I don't think the grass, you've got a lot more stories of those portals not working out as you do working out. Now, they don't tell that.
Right.
And because they preach that the grass is always greener on the other side. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You're old school, too.
Yes.
And we're taught that the grass is not always greener on the other side. You better be thankful for what you got right in the palm of your hand, and that's what we tell our players every day. Now, if they decide to leave, that's fine. But they've got a great situation right here at Middle Tennessee State University. You're a top 25 women's basketball program. Look at the support you got with your supporters. The cost of attendance is as much as anywhere else that you go, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Georgia, whatever. And look at our leadership with Dr. McPhee, which is at our games. You can go to another university. Some of the athletes never even know who the president is. Chris Massaro is our AD, very involved here tonight at a women's basketball and men's basketball function, but here.
Yep.
You don't see that a lot.
All right, we're going to take our final break. We've got some audience questions and a look at the week ahead coming up with Coach Rick Insell here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. Hello, I'm State Farm Agent Deb Insell, and I can help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical
Zach, I'll be
needs
listening
in that
for the music.
hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raiders sports.
Welcome back to the Boulevard and Coach Rick Insell here. Final segment with him tonight. A couple of audience questions, and then we'll get into the week ahead. From Connie Huddleston, we've had several players over the last few weeks missing. Is everybody healthy now?
No.
No?
No. That's all I can say, but we hope that they'll be healthy by Thursday.
Yep. All right, David McKnight says no question, but an editorial comment. He goes, I wish on the days when Middle plays Western that the games were spread out far enough for fans to be able to get to both games.
That's a Chris Massaro question. But
As he said, it's not a question, but it's a comment.
I will say this: if they were spread out enough, I would leave here to go up and support Nick. I'll tell you that.
I got you. Good deal.
You know how much I love Western.
Oh, you do.
I'm telling you.
That's why I wanted to give you here plenty of time to kind of get on your soapbox a little bit.
We got to talk more about Marshall right now. See me Friday morning.
Yeah.
And you'll get all you want.
Well, Marshall coming in, they're 6-1, Coach.
They're pretty good. They're well coached. They play hard. They shoot the ball extremely well. They've got some momentum right now, so we've got our wagon loaded with Marshall.
Yeah. What has been their calling card this year?
Well, they've got Wheeler. She's a leading scorer in our conference, and you just got to give so much effort on stopping her that some of the other supporting role players are doing a good job right now. And they're just now getting their program. I mean, from this year, they're just now getting rolling. They've had a few losses back in their non-conference schedule. They wish they probably could have them back. But right now, they're playing the best basketball as anybody in our conference, them and Western, to be honest with you.
You know what a win Thursday night would do? Well, in the standings, it would obviously do you good. The next win in Murphy Center will be your 200th in that building. So I think Thursday night would be a great time to get that.
Well, Chris and Tony and them think about that. What we're thinking about right now is Marshall, and then after Marshall, Western. But my coaches will tell you, I don't get far ahead. We're not even talking about Western Kentucky. It's Marshall. And we were there early this morning. I hadn't said anything about Big Ed back there, but he's the guy that keeps me in. I've mentioned Nina, mentioned Kim and Matt several times.
Eddie keeps you on schedule.
Eddie probably takes more chewing than anybody in the program. But he gets free lunch every day. Lunch every day.
I got you. Hey, we've got about a minute and a half. Mr. Palmer, got time for a final comment here?
Well, I'm anxious to get back to work and hope to be there on Thursday night. This Marshall team is ahead of us in our division, so we need to put that one away.
Coach, you appreciate it, Mr. Palmer, and we hope that you are there as well on Thursday night. From a fan standpoint, everybody's ready to chip in and be all in for this weekend. What do you need from them?
Well, you don't ever have to ask our fans.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, they're there. I mean, someone said one time when I'm leaving after a loss, I'm leaving, and somebody said, well, those guys didn't even – Tony said, those guys, they come to the coaches show, but they didn't even act like you were around. I said, that's what I like about them. I hate losing, and I want our fans to hate losing. And when they don't pay attention to me, that's fine because I'm the same way. But when we win, we all celebrate.
That's right. With Marshall coming in at 6-1, it is a huge game in Conference USA. The standings right now in the East, Western, Charlotte, Marshall, Old Dominion, Middle, FIU, FAU. In the West, UAB at 3-2. Right now, it appears that the power is in the East this year.
Oh, no doubt about it. One last thing. My AD was trying to motivate me on the way down Friday because of all the people that we had lost and were having to go down there. So that's the kind of AD I got.
All right, folks, we're out of here for the first hour. Stay tuned. Nick McDevitt live coming up next right here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
This has been Rick Insell Live, presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU, and by Lewis Bakeries, bakers of Bunny, Sunbeam, and Healthy Life Breads. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Blue Raider Network, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Don't miss a moment of the excitement of Middle Tennessee men's and women's basketball. You'll want to be part of the Murphy Center Madness. Single game tickets are on sale now by going to goblueraiders.com/tickets. Watch every second of Blue Raider men's and women's basketball in the Glass House. Head to goblueraiders.com/tickets.
Middle Tennessee, our town.
the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here. On the Blue Raider Network, from Learfield, welcome to Nick McDevitt Live, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and your trusted energy advisor. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics, and by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight. Nick McDevitt live as we talk Blue Raider basketball for the next hour. And again, thanks for a big crowd for both of our shows tonight. We're Coach Insell and Coach McDevitt, and Middle Tennessee coming off a victory at home over the weekend over Southern Mississippi. Blue Raiders are now have now won 11 in a row at home in the Murphy Center, and it's fun to. It was a good day for streaking, as many people saw you on Facebook, and that was. It is. It's a lot of fun when things are going well.
Yeah, it is. You know, our guys are playing well, and they enjoy playing at home and in front of our fans at the Glass House. So we got a tough road stretch coming up here with the next three being at Marshall, at Western, and at UAB. So it'll be a while before we're back here at home. But this homestand was fun. And
I'll mention this is that Middle is one of the few schools, I don't have the exact number, one of the few schools in the country where both their men and women are undefeated at home during the 21-22 season.
That's right. Both teams enjoy playing at home, and we tell our guys, and I know Coach Insell tells his players, if you're going to have a chance to win your league, you've got to win all your home games. You can't be giving any away at the house, and you got to go find a way to steal some on the road, and that's the position we're in this week. We've got to go find a way to steal some.
Yep, exactly. Our opening segment brought to you, as always, by the Murfreesboro Post, covering daily news from Murfreesboro. Pick one up downtown or around town every Monday, or log on to murfreesboropost.com anytime. After the two Florida schools, you had a week with only one game, and you will have another week with only one game, not this week, but next week, when you will go to UAB a week from this coming Saturday. How do you talk about how you handled that week and the extra time that you had for preparation? Also, maybe as valuable, extra time for some rest.
Well, we actually we met as a staff today, our coaching staff, our strength coach, our trainer, for a long while, actually, probably a little bit longer than they wanted to. But it was talking about just managing the body load over the next really 10 days. Because once the UAB game, if you count the UAB game on February, I think it's the 5th, all the way through the end of the season.
That'll be the 6th.
The 6th, yeah. Till the end of the season against Old Dominion. We have 11 games in a 29-day stretch if you count both Saturdays. So 11 games in 29 days. And really what we talked about is between now and then is being as sharp on the floor, but also as rested as we possibly can be. Kind of liken it to a long road trip. You've got to get the car ready for the long road trip. You want to be gassed up, the oil change, check your tires, make sure all the fluids are right.
Timing belt,
the whole nine as far as the car, but also you got to take time to pack. You know, you want to make sure that everything that you've packed for all occasions, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, whether it's sunny, getting to the pool, going to dinner at night with the kids, you can't just the night before throw everything in the car and think that you're prepared for a long road trip. And that's really where we are over this next week and a half, because that's going to be a lot of miles on the tires for our players during that stretch. And then also, how do you manage that space as well? Because there's 2 weeks once that starts where we play 3 games in a week. You talk about this week we had one, and not this week but the following we have one. after that, they're coming fast and furious. So we've got to we don't need to be banged up before that long stretch of game after game after game hits us.
Right. UTSA and UTEP are the games that are going to be made up, and you go and you travel to UAB a week from Saturday. You come home, then you'll play UTSA on Monday, and then you will play again on Thursday and Saturday, and then you will play Thursday, Saturday, then Monday, Thursday, Saturday.
That's right.
So you've got, in a 3-week span, a lot of games in a 22-day period before you make that final road swing to Charlotte and Old Dominion. But, you know, I guess I try to look at, okay, where's the silver lining in this, is that, you know, the tough part was beginning the conference season and missing out on 2 home games. Well, now I guess where you look for the silver lining is you're going to get those back in the second half of the season, which ups your home game total
down the stretch. And it also, they were put in where now we have 2 different times where we've got 3 in a row at home. It will make it a tough stretch, but if you look at the conference schedule as of today, there are 4 teams that have only played 5 league games. We're one of those 4. But 2 of the other 3, are on our side, Charlotte and Old Dominion. And so what we've talked about is, like, once this tough stretch, they've got the same tough stretch as we do.
Right.
And they're on our side. Let's manage this better than them. You know, how is that? How do we do that? Let's make sure that, first of all, we haven't played either one of them. So we get to play Charlotte twice. We're going to play an Old Dominion twice. So as far as league standings and trying to win your side of the division, you know, there's a lot of basketball to be played, and there's head-to-head matchups. But also it's as you head down the home stretch, because our last 2 games are against those 2 teams, Charlotte and ODU, and they're 2 of the, like I said, 2 of the other teams that haven't played all 7 so far. So just trying to pay attention to detail and make sure we're ready, not only now, but that we're ready 5 or 6 weeks from now.
It's and when we were talking with Coach Insell, and it really rings true on the men's side, is you look at games across the conference and how they have shaken out. You know, it's like, okay, how does Western go to Florida and lose twice? And Marshall, you know, all of a sudden, you know, they're averaging 100 points a game. Now they're struggling to score 60 on a given night. And you've brought me back a couple of times and said, you know, you never know what is going on
in somebody else's
locker room, whether it's a COVID issue, that kind of thing. And more likely than not these days, is what's going to hold a player out here or there. And so you have to.
It's when you catch teams.
Yeah.
When do you play them? When do they play you? Because as you're alluding to, you just don't know when that kid, he just got out, like what we talked about last week with Cam Weston.
Yep.
You just don't know, like, well, he played. Yeah, he played on about 4 hours of sleep and got out of a COVID quarantine the day of the game. You just don't know what that's like in somebody else's locker room. What's their prep like? Who's turned an ankle? Who's been locked up? You know, with COVID. Did they have it? Are they out due to contact tracing? You just don't know. There's a lot of variables, and all you try to do is control what you can control. You know, control your own variables that you can in your own locker room, and let them deal with that.
Yeah, and the bottom line to it right now is where you are in the league as of today. You can control a whole lot of your own destiny right now going through the stretch of the season.
Yeah, you can. You know, that's the position you want to be in, is to where you're not trying to, you know, scoreboard watch over the last 2 or 3 weeks and needing help night in and night out. You want to be able to wake up and control your own destiny and play the games that are on your schedule, and, you know, good things can happen.
Yep. Nick McDevitt is here with us tonight for Nick McDevitt Live. Our program brought to you in part by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes fans back to Middle Tennessee this year. This year, Bud Light is for the fans. More with the head coach after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing. So we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for like fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
Hi, this is Coach Nick McDevitt. Ascend Federal Credit Union is the proud sponsor and exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Visit Ascend's branch just off campus at 2316 East Main Street or any of their 3 other Murfreesboro locations. You can also keep track of your accounts and deposit checks on the go with Ascend's mobile app. For a complete list of services, ATMs, and locations, visit ascend.org. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA.
Luxuriously designed, exquisitely detailed, first in its class, corner to corner, a true work of art, capable of going from $0 to $300,000 in a few seconds flat. Are we talking about a sports car? Oh no, we're talking about Jumbo Bucks Premium Edition instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. So test drive the new gold standard and instant tickets today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back into Nick McDevitt Live. Want to remind folks coming up, February 2nd is going to be a busy day. That is Groundhog Day, and around Middle Tennessee that means one thing, and that is the Groundhog Day Luncheon for Blue Raider Baseball. Tickets are still available. Tables are available. You can give the ticket office or the BRAA office a call for that. And also it all falls on signing day this year on February 2nd. And the signing day celebration for Blue Raider football begins at 5:30 in the Hendricks Club at the stadium. And Coach Stock will be there at that point, and then he will slip out and move across campus. We'll be doing a 6 p.m. signing day live TV show on ESPN3 that day, and the whole celebration will all be part of the TV show and the TV show part of the celebration. So that's all. Put that on your calendar and come be part of it. Now, to the Southern Miss game, they came in last week, and it was one of those where you preached late into the week. Here's a team that's pretty athletic that gave you a ride on a rail last year down in Hattiesburg, but they don't have a good record, and you're having to preach that, and then you say they've got 2 or 3 guys who could play on any team in this league, and we found that out.
Yeah, Tyler Stevenson and Jaron Pierre are 2 really good players, and they're a better team than what their record says they are. And then coming into that game, obviously they'd played La Tech, who's playing extremely well. They'd already played them twice in their first 4 league games.
Yeah.
So
congratulations.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Way to start things off. And so they're a good ball club, and I thought we were a little flat, honestly, coming out of the locker room. I thought we were just out there, and all of a sudden you look up and you're down double digits, and then I think we made just a couple plays, got a couple of steals in the backcourt that got us going, and then from there I thought we looked like the team that we've been most of the year, really.
Yeah, early on, as you mentioned, it was Southern Miss
20-8.
20 to 8.
16-4 and then 20-8
Yeah.
at the under 12 media.
Yep.
And we not really a come to Jesus meeting, but it was close to it. And
somebody mentioned to me that the under 12 media timeout that the band needed to play louder.
Well, there was a little bit of that. I wouldn't mind if the band struck up, but to their credit, they woke up and kind of started telling each other let's go, and we just guys at this level, if you don't guard them, they make shots, and there are very few that are just elite scorers to where, night in or possession after possession, when you are really, really guarding, that they're just still going to make shots or at least enough to beat you. You got to sit down and really defend, and we've been that for a large portion of the season, and I'm not sure what we're giving up exactly in league play, but I think it was 57 coming into the game on average, and then the other night gave up 60, but only 40 in the last 32 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and one of the things that you guys have been able to do defensively this year, and you mentioned Tyler Stevenson and Jaron Pierre. Tyler Stevenson is just a man.
He's good.
And he is really, really
He's
good. Now, Jaron Pierre came in averaging 9.2 per game, held him to 2. That's 3 straight games now that you've taken the leading scorer or second leading scorer or the top 2 and held them to about a third of what they normally have done. That comes from scouting and getting a scout into the game.
Yeah, you can do all the scouting you want, but if your players don't soak it up and they're not paying attention going into the games, it really doesn't matter. But they've done a really good job of taking the scout and implementing it in the game. And because we switch who we're guarding, any kind of most of the times with an on-ball action, whether it's a dribble handoff or a ball screen, we switch. So you don't just need to know one guy. When the scouting report is given to them by the assistant coaches, you need to know about 8 or 9 or 10 guys, because as the game's happening and guys are coming in and out of the game and you're switching on this guy and here comes the screen, you switch again, you may guard 2 or 3 different guys in the same possession. And so you need to know, is this guy that I'm guarding, does he like to drive it or does he like to shoot it? Is he a shot fake and drive it guy or is he a catch it and shoot it guy? And if you don't know that stuff, you're going to allow other guys to play to their strengths. And the idea is to make them play where they're weakest.
Yeah,
a lot of our guys are doing a really good job of soaking that up.
Well, one thing that I saw in your first year here is that people may not know, but when you guys are in a film session and going through the scout, that you will call out, or one of the assistants will call out Donovan Sims, tell me about, so-and-so on the other team, and they have to get up and then give the scout on that player to all their teammates. So the pressure's on. You better do your homework.
The pressure is on, but, it's not a something where we're trying to trick them.
No.
You're wanting to make sure that you know who you're about to guard here in a couple of hours. And if you don't, then we need to get that corrected right away, because that's the real test. And you want to have done it over a short segment over several days, because when the game starts, I don't want them thinking. When guys are thinking out there, a fast mind, or usually it's slow feet. And the more they're thinking and not playing, the worse off you are. You want guys to be able to play relaxed, know what they're supposed to do, have thought about the game going into the game. But once the game starts, you've got to play the game. And that doesn't mean just play loose, but you've got to play free of mind and not tight and overthinking the game while you're out there.
With as much as you guys switch on defense and folks, you watch them when they're playing their man-to-man, and a ball, moves around the floor, you're going to see switches on defense. Give me the scale here of the concerns of getting into a bad matchup, or you just play it.
We play it.
That's your rule. That's your rules of how you play defense.
The biggest thing we tell our guys is mismatches don't get you beat. Unguarded men do. Mismatches will get you beat in the NBA. You better have the right guy on the right guy because they're the best offensive players on the planet. You get the wrong guy on Kevin Durant, he will score 60. You get the right guy on him, he can get 40. Right. And so you've got to know who's guarding who. But for the majority of your games, the unguarded guys are going to get you beat. At this level, the unguarded guys, they make shots.
Oh, you see that guy that guy standing over in the corner, and all of a sudden the ball goes to him, and you go, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, right.
Here it comes.
And even the guys that are so-called the non-shooters on the scouting report, they make those. They miss the ones when they're really guarded.
Yeah.
And we just want to make sure we got a body on a body all the time, and that's why we do a lot of switching and keeping a man on a man.
Yep. Well, the Raiders at halftime were down by 3, but had a big second half coming against Southern Miss. We'll talk about that as we roll along here. Nick McDevitt live from the Boulevard here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ticket Smarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at Ticketsmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on Ticketsmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. Ticketsmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of MTSU Athletics. Ticketsmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Hey Blue Raiders fans, the Mint Gaming Hall at Kentucky Downs is a proud partner of your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For good times and big wins, the Raiders and the Mint Gaming Hall deliver both. Located close by in Franklin, Kentucky, the Mint Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Win yourself a BMW 228i this winter in a Drive to Win promotion. Earn entries daily and qualify on Fridays. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
The Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's sports leader. No one covers high school sports like the Post. Now you can receive the Murfreesboro Post delivered by mail each week to your home for only $20 a year. Sign up at murfreesboropost.com and click subscribe, and we will get your delivery of the Murfreesboro Post started. That's murfreesboropost.com for delivery of the Murfreesboro Post.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders!
Roscoe Brown.
RoscoeBrown.com.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight, right at the corner of East Main and Middle Tennessee Boulevard. Our show brought to you in part by Tri-Green Equipment. Tri-Green Equipment, they know the value of teamwork. They have the tractor packages with implements you need. Score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable low monthly payment and get back to what really matters, MTSU basketball. Get started online at trygreen.com. Trygreen Equipment, a proud partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Coach Nick McDevitt here with us until 8 o'clock this evening. Cooper McDevitt up here with us as well, so he is diving right in. Now, your team was down by 3, and you guys had momentum kind of going into the locker room. And I think from my standpoint, it was kind of one of those, okay, the depth on this team is going to help take over and turn this thing in the right direction. And sure enough, that seemed to be exactly what happened.
Yeah, we had about a 2-minute stretch where we were it was a tie game at 42, and then I think we went on a 12-0 run and had it at 54-42. And I thought some of it was just because of constant pressure on them, not just on the defensive end but also offensively. I thought our hard cuts to the basket were just forcing them to really have to guard and move. And then, obviously, on the other end of the floor, we pick up full court and just felt like we could continue to get into their legs a little bit. And usually when you start getting physically fatigued, you'll also get mentally fatigued. It's just tiring. You have to stay locked in when teams are pressing you because as soon as you slip up just a little bit physically, you're going to turn it over. If you get mentally fatigued, you end up turning it over. Good things really happen for the pressing team when both have happened for your opposition. They're both mentally and physically tired. Yep. And it just takes about a 2-minute stretch to where in those kind of situations, a tie game and all of a sudden you're up 12. If you're up 8 and that happens, all of a sudden you look up and you're up 20.
Yeah.
And now there's 8, 9 to go. And things have to go perfect for the other team at that point.
Yeah, and on my running score sheet that I keep, at the under 12 media timeout, you guys were down 2, 40-38. And then by the next media timeout at 7:37, in a 4-minute and 8-second stretch, you guys scored 20 points. You outscored them 20-6, and I can't remember the last time somebody scored 20 in 4 minutes. That's getting it done.
Yeah, that's it's hard to keep that pace up.
It is.
But
you guys were back flipping the ball in easy baskets. You ended up with 19 points off of 17 turnovers you forced. That helps.
It does, and that's generally the idea because usually if you watch teams when they make a turnover to particularly in press offense and particularly in the backcourt, they try to get rattled or they get a little rattled and try to get it all back in the next possession. And you can usually kind of predict a flurry. That's why even when we turn it over against teams like that, you really want to settle down. And the guy that's taking the ball out of bounds, take his time getting it in. So, guys get to collect themselves a little bit, both mentally and physically. But once you get guys kind of hurried up, you kind of got them where you want them.
Now, on the flip side, for both teams, there was a lid on the basket from outside the three-point arc on Saturday. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Bob Verbal has been our shooting coach.
Yes.
He's been coming over.
His thumbprint is now on the team. It's obvious.
Yeah, we've switched him from our free throw shooting coach to our three-point shooting coach. I think we're going to move him back.
Bob's in charge of free throw defense. That's where he's really good.
Yeah, we all know how well Josh Jefferson shoots it. I mean, he's a good shooter, and the other night he was 0 for 8. Eli Lawrence came into the game shooting it fairly well and was 0 for 7. So all of a sudden those two guys from behind the arc were 0 for 15 combined. And we ended up 2 for 24 from the three-point arc and still managed 74 points.
Yeah.
And that's really what we were talking to our team about is usually for teams that shoot it that poorly, they don't score it that well. And defensively, their defensive effort is based on their ability to make shots.
Yeah,
and we just didn't do that. We kept getting to the bucket, and really during that big stretch, that's what we were doing is driving the ball, getting to the free throw line, getting to the basket. You can't stop shooting threes. You can't just never shoot them. If you do, then I wouldn't guard you. I mean, I'd back 6-7 feet off, and you're just going to stare at the basket and not shoot it. you would never get driving layups. You would never get backdoor cuts because the guy's not guarding you hard enough for you to even backdoor cut him. He's 7 feet off of you. So you've got to be able to put a little pressure on the defense by the threat of the ability to make outside shots, and now it opens up other portions of your offense.
Yeah, when you shoot 8% from three, what is the formula?
Make the other team shoot 8% from three.
That's true, and that's exactly what they did. But you do force 17 turnovers. You get 13 offensive rebounds, and you score 48 points in the paint.
That's right. It's one of those things where – when you're shooting it really well, then that's not a 14-point game. When you can shoot it poorly from three and still win and win in double digits, it's just a good sign that you're playing the right way. You're playing hard. You're guarding. You're sharing the ball on offense. And those nights that you're normal 8 or 9 for 24. You throw another 15 points on the board, and that's a little bit different game.
Yep, the Raiders have enjoyed a 3-game homestand. Now they have a 3-game road swing coming up. Marshall, Western, and UAB all over the next 10 to 12 days. We'll take a timeout. Coach Turner Battle is going to be our guest here at halftime, and we'll have that and more as we continue with Nick McDevitt live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
The way we do work has changed. Where we work, how we work, and the day-to-day challenges we face as businesses have evolved. As organizations continue to adapt, RJ Young is here to help. We're your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Whether it's office technology and equipment, managed IT services, business process outsourcing, or digital communications, we can help make your workflows easier, faster, and more efficient so your team can focus on the core of your business. To learn more about what RJ Young can do for you, visit themodernoffice.com.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
At Tri-Green, we stand behind you with smart solutions to keep your property looking its best. Like our Smart Savings event, where you can get a 1023E tractor for just $90 per month. That's with 0% financing for 84 months. Find more smart savings at TriGreenEquipment.com.
Offer ends 1/31/2021, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
Welcome back to Nick McDevitt Live tonight, brought to you in part by Lee Company. Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town. For your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs, Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000 or online at leecompany.com. And fortunate to have Coach Turner Battle with us tonight. Give him a nice round of applause. Welcoming to our show here at the Boulevard. So, TB, glad to have you.
Happy to be here.
Yep. And I tell you, we have as we open up Turner's bio a little bit, I will say this: we really didn't like you for a while. That was because he was at UAB under Coach Rob Eson, and there were some battles between the Blazers and the old Blue Raiders, especially down in Birmingham.
Oh yeah. At first I was with Coach Hass for 2 years and had a lot of battles here and in Birmingham. And when Coach McDevitt became the head coach here, I've known him, and we had some battles with Coach Eson as well too. So it's been a crazy journey. It's crazy how college basketball works.
Yep. Now you played your college basketball at Buffalo, correct? Mid-American Conference Player of the Year in 2005, and what was the best quality of your game? What got it done for Turner Battle?
I was a point guard, pass first for the most part, and it's kind of opposite of what my dad was a scorer, so we always used to get into it about that. But I played point guard, and I was always a guy who tried to be selfless and tried to get my teammates involved, and tried to find times to be aggressive, and kind of wanted to lead by example. I feel like God brought me here on earth to be a leader, and I was not the most vocal as a player, and as I got older, I got to learn and become a better leader, and that's just kind of how my career kind of evolved.
I bet you were a really good defender at point guard. I bet other point guards hated to play you.
That's what I tell the guys all the time.
Is it that what you tell them?
I tell them that they would have had their worst night if I was guarding them. So, but I guarded. We had a really good defensive team when I was in college, and we were very versatile, very similar to this team, and so we switched a lot, and that really made us successful. And I tried to use my size and length at the point guard to be disruptive on defense.
Yeah. When did you decide that you wanted to get into coaching?
I knew that I wanted to be around basketball as long as I could. As a player, of course, my dreams were to play professionally, which I was able to do for a short amount of time. But, being a point guard, you're like a coach on the floor. And my teammates in college couldn't stand me outside of the court because I watch basketball every day. And they're like, man, aren't you tired of this? We watch all this film, but I love the game, and I've always been around it. So it's just kind of where, the chips kind of fell, and God placed me here.
Yeah, when you were at UAB, well, first of all, where were the other stops prior to getting to UAB?
Well, I was at my alma mater, Buffalo, for 6 years. I was at Chattanooga for a year and UAB for 6 years.
Were you on the same staff with Wes Long at Chattanooga?
Unfortunately, yes.
Ah, gosh, sorry to hear that.
No, I got to know Wes, and that's part of the reason why I'm here. And we became really close, worked together, and got to know Coach McDevitt and Coach Dixon as well through Wes.
Well, in any business, it's about relationships and trust and all of that, and that's I'm sure Wes went to Nick and said, here's a guy, and obviously Nick knew you, but when you were at UAB, what was I'm always interested when I talk to folks who had been at other schools, what was the book on the Blue Raiders when you were at UAB?
We always thought they were talented. They were Donovan Sims. We called him the UAB killer. For the people who don't understand, he beat us probably single-handedly twice. He had two game-winning free throws in Birmingham, and in Murfreesboro. I mean, we could not stop the pick and roll. I mean, he diced us up from shooting threes, making passes. So
that little 10-foot runner, whatever that is.
He did it all.
Yeah.
And so that kind of just made everything just kind of the way it is.
Talk about this season. Coach has talked a little bit about it, and not even the game part right now, but the work you guys did from the time you got here and into the summer. I thought this was one of the most unique summers for workouts and creative preparation and team building that I've ever seen here.
Well, last year was very unusual for college athletics and a lot of things just in general. So just to have some, guys back in the gym more than one at a time. And then for me, I was new to the staff, so, you know, my goal was to create a personal relationship with each one of our guys. And so I really try to make a point to, whether it's talk to them one-on-one and really get them out of their comfort zone and mine to really get to know everybody. So when I coach them, I can coach them and they understand where I'm coming from, and we have a relationship, because that's what it's really all about. So, you know, this summer, you know, it was easy for me to come in because I knew the coaching staff. So I was able to be myself, which was a blessing. So I was able to kind of hit the ground running. And this summer, you know, it's been different because I know in Middle Tennessee before they had a different style of basketball. And I know with Coach McDevitt and Coach Dixon and Coach Logan, you know, they created a different style of play that we wanted to toy around with our personnel, and I was able to be a part of that. And we implemented it this summer and was able to really get the guys to get together because, you know, last year it was no summer, and last year we weren't able to really connect with one another. So, I mean, some of those guys weren't really familiar with one another's too. So to get our team together this summer, it just was a blessing, and we were able to kind of gel, and we're trying to get better every day.
Yep, and the road trip coming up to Marshall in Western Kentucky, you have the scout on Western on Saturday, and if people haven't seen them yet, they have a legit 7-footer. And they've got Anderson is back for his 18th year of eligibility. They, you know, that is, but it's always just a head knocker between Middle and Western, because even if it was Tiddlywinks, people are going to show up and get real emotional. So what's your thought on preparing for Western on Saturday?
Well, I know it's a rivalry game. Western Kentucky is very talented. You know, they're not the deepest team in our league, but their top 7 are some of the best teams, better players in our league. And, you know, they play a unique style of basketball. They can really score it, and they kind of bait you into trying to play like them. And I think for us, we have to be disciplined, and we can't settle. You know, they'll play if we're not moving the ball well, we're not shooting well, they'll sit in the 2-3 zone all game. And so I've told Coach, not our guys yet, but that we have to make sure that we keep moving, and we have to wear them down. You know, with our press, that's one thing that we've preached all summer, and now to really wear them down, like you said earlier, with our depth and the lack of their depth. So like to really get into their bench and really try to attack them. But what they do is they really score it. You know, they're talented. And then worst case scenario, he had a 7-5 guy, so you just throw it against the glass and he can go get it.
Yeah, well, just in case this is your first one of these, all of us in here want you to know it's really important to beat those guys. So we go get them on Saturday, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, Coach Turner Battle joining us here tonight. Oh, wait, one thing. Please introduce your lovely wife and family.
Yes, my beautiful wife in the back, her name is Claire Battle. And my oldest daughter is Maya Battle. And my middle daughter is Rena Battle. And my son is Turner Battle Jr.
All right. Well, welcome to Murfreesboro. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right. Coach Turner Battle joining us. We'll take a timeout. Coach McDevitt rejoins me after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years straight. Built for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't built for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
employees at Purity Dairy are proud to be true blue supporters of Middle Tennessee athletics and their student athletes. At Purity Dairy, we aim to be the most trusted source of wholesome, delicious dairy products for every occasion. We never forget how fortunate we are to be invited into your home, and we earn our place by holding ourselves to the highest standards. With over 100 products available in Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky, visit your local retailer for Purity milk, ice cream, and more.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard here just across from campus at Middle Tennessee and East Main. Our show brought to you in part by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance and proud to offer official orthopedic coverage to Middle Tennessee State University athletes. TOA's 60-plus specialists are experts in bones, joints, and muscles and have the expertise to get you back in the game. With the convenience of 18 locations and 3 urgent care clinics, they've got you covered. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Coach, you got to practice or play early on Saturday, and have you ever seen a weekend of pro football like what happened this weekend?
No, I don't think anybody has. I mean, that was incredible. I mean, every game, the first 3 games come down to the last play of the game, and it's a field goal. And then, you're thinking, man, this is unbelievable. We can't get any better than that. And then you get the cherry on top with that game last night with the Chiefs and the Bills. It was like watching a video game. The way those guys were going up down the field over that last quarter was 25 points in
under 2 minutes.
In under 2 minutes.
And then
3 touchdowns. That 2-point conversion that the Bills got was crazy. And then you really thought, I mean, I don't know about you, but like with 13 seconds left, I thought I think they've got a chance here.
Yeah, I thought they should.
How silly is that though? To really think
against
a team that is that good that 13 seconds might be too much time.
And to think they got 60 yards on 2 plays in 10 seconds, and then left them with 3 seconds to come in and kick the field goal.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah,
it was fun to watch. I know Bills Mafia doesn't think so.
No, and Jared Allen's a stud.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yes.
Jared Allen's a stud too.
That's
whoever
right.
Jared is.
Yeah.
But Josh is a stud.
Yeah,
you can't let that guy go. And just to point out, you do know that Turner's wife Claire is a massive Bills fan. And
is she really? And look, and all the tables are still intact in the building. It's amazing.
Yeah, she's sitting on one side. Turner's a Cowboys fan, so he's on the other side of the table. Their team's been out. So
is he like the Yankees too? So if he's a Cowboy fan. But it was an incredible weekend, and we certainly want to wish Darius Harris and Charvarius Ward, who are members of the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right.
Want to wish them all the best coming up next weekend. Have some questions that we have a couple that were emailed in. One from Jeff said, I noticed you outscored Southern Miss bench on Saturday 31-4 with 2 guys off the bench in double figures. On this 3-game roadie that you will be on, how key will it be to get everyone involved from starters to bench players? Good luck as you match wits with Andy and Rick here this week.
Yeah, I think
in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's really important that everybody's really revved up, ready to go every day. And we talked to our team about that today before we practiced, and having everyone ready to go and contribute. We can't play the way we do and have guys have what you would say off nights. And, when you've got multiple guys, including guys coming off the bench that can be double-digit scorers in any given game, that just makes us harder to guard. You can't just focus on one or two players, and players 3, 4, and 5 just can't put the ball in the basket. And, that's a luxury that we have. We may not have LeBron James on the team, but the guys that are coming in off the bench are certainly capable of changing the momentum and the complexity of the game.
Keith Vroman, whose Blue Raider track team had a great weekend in Nashville the last 2 weekends. He is doing a good job there, and he wanted to know, what are the little things your athletes are doing to prepare for so many games in the next few weeks?
Well, Keith is right down the hall from my office and 2 of my assistants, and I'll be spending a little time with him to get some pointers. No, I'm not kidding. Heading down the stretch on things that we could be kind of at peak performance heading down the stretch. But it's everything from 2 big things: nutrition and your sleep. Sleep habits and what they're putting in their body. Going back to kind of the road trip and the car thought process, we tell our guys all the time, you put diesel in a car engine, it might run for a little while, but not very long. Yeah. And so you better be putting the right things in your body if you don't want your body to break down. And so how they sleep and how they recover in between practices and in between games is really important. Setting up massage therapy sessions, which we do have, so that guys are going to get deep tissue massages in between practices and in between games so that they're ready for the home stretch.
Preparation is always key, and preparing for 5 random questions is always a big, big part of your week, I know. So here we go. Number 1 in 5 random questions. Were you ever a video game player?
A little bit. I wasn't a lot, but I've gotten kind of the rust off over the last couple of weeks. My wife, Lauren, got Cooper and I an old school Nintendo for Christmas. So we've been playing Tecmo Bowl and Pac-Man and Mike Tyson Knockout. So some of the old school video games.
There you go.
We've kind of dusted off, haven't we, Coop?
Yep. Okay, well, that may go into this next question. Tell me one thing you've learned in the last week.
You just threw me on the spot. That my heart's still okay because my blood pressure got a little high the other night.
There you go.
About halfway through the first half. So that was kind of my EKG moment, I guess, to where I could the heart rate could go up and still come back down without me going down.
That's good. That's good. And what story do family members always tell about you at family reunions? What's the Nick story?
One that it was actually on my birthday. I was maybe about Cooper's age. I don't know if I was 6 or 7, and I'd gotten to my grandmother's house, and my dad played a little trick on me. What's that? He's standing up top on my grandmother's porch. And we just got home from church, and he's telling me to look down. There's something on the driveway, and I'm looking down. And about the time I look down, this big old bucket of water came splashing over my head. And I said a couple words that I'd heard on the bus.
Yeah.
Going to school.
That you used in the timeout the other day.
What's that?
That you might have used in the timeout the other day?
That I did use in that timeout, but when you use them and direct them towards your father at 7 years old, that's not a good idea.
That's kind of like losing the lug nuts in A Christmas Story.
Yeah, that birthday cake came a couple hours later than what it was intended to.
Understand. Have you ever walked out of a movie, just didn't like it?
Yes.
What was it?
Chocolat.
That was very artsy.
Yeah, it was. I left after.
Interview with the Vampire was me. I didn't like it. Walked out. When you walk in the house, what is one of your favorite smells when you walk in the house? Not turnip greens. So it's.
I don't know. Lauren's a good cook, so when I get home and she's already been cooking, that's.
I'd say that's a smart answer on your part right now.
She really is. I'm kind of the guinea pig, but she hasn't cooked anything to where I've walked in and said I can't choke that down.
So I understand.
So,
good deal.
She does good.
Yep, absolutely. Well, there's 5 random questions for the week. We'll take our final break and look ahead for the week with Coach McDevitt right after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinner bait that ironically matches your second dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's dew.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Make a fast break for Bunny Bread, proud supporter of the Blue Raiders. With its soft, fresh taste you know and love, Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns are fan favorites for all ages. Bunny is the perfect three-pointer with the taste you want, the nutrition you need, and energy to go. So score big with Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns today and cheer the Blue Raiders on to victory.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Final couple of minutes with Coach Nick McDevitt, and about a minute and a half left. Thursday night, you go to Marshall, who, when you start looking at the standings and you see 0-6, that's another one of these deals where you're going to have to preach that hillbilly ball at home
is different. Is different. You better be ready to play.
It is a different style.
They're this isn't just coach speak. Obviously there's that too. But they are better than their record says they are. Anytime you got a player that's as good as Tavion Kinsey, you better be ready to go. He hasn't scored under 20 in their last 5 games. In 10 of their last 13 games, he hasn't come out. Played all 40 minutes in 10 of their last 13 games. He is some kind of player.
Yeah.
You better be ready to go.
And they do have a lot of good young players on their roster this year.
They're athletic. They're really athletic. If you aren't playing with a high intensity, high effort, they play volleyball up around the basket. You've got to put bodies on bodies, or they're out there flying around making plays.
Speaking of volleyball, then there's Western.
Yeah, they're big, they're talented, they're athletic. They're look a little at times disjointed, but they've had so many pieces coming in and out of the lineup. But if you're not really, again, you've got to make shots because they are so long. Anytime you got Sharp, who's 7'5", shot blocker around the rim, they force you to make outside shots.
All right, one game at a time. Let's go get them.
Yes, sir.
All right, Thursday night, Blue Raiders are in Huntington, West Virginia. The broadcast begins at 5:30. We'll have it there on the Blue Raider Network. For Coach and Zach Woodard, our producer, Chip Walter saying thanks for being with us. Good night for the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.